welcome to my channel. Listen, I was going out on the front porch. This is the late afternoon, but I'm putting it in front of the video. Magic. Anyway, I have my tripod and my coffee, going out on the front porch. I open the door and there's an ADT little van parked right in front of my house on the side of the road. And I looked, I didn't see him. I'm like, oh my gosh. He's going around trying to sell his services. The last thing I want to do is try to be out there recording and shooing somebody away, because you know they don't take no for an answer the first time. You just have to keep on, because they keep on talking, because that's how they make their money, is if they sell. Sometimes they say they make money just by giving you a demonstration, which I don't believe that. Well, I mean, it could be true, but they think once they get their foot in the door, they're going to sell you something. They don't know us. They ain't selling us nothing. If I want to buy something, I will initiate it. I will go and search it out and find it. I won't buy anything that you just come up to me and try to sell. You can forget it. It don't matter what it is. It's not going to happen. Let's say some little Girl Scout would come to the door. If I had money, I'd buy a cookie or something. Which I don't think they go door to door anymore. The Girl Scouts and Boy Scouts go door to door selling their stuff, because you know Boy Scouts, they sell popcorn. I used to buy popcorn from them. Hadn't done that in years. Anyway, I thought we would just chew the fat a minute before. I'm going to show you what I eat today. Show you a little bit of Happy Mail. Yeah, I got some of that. And so I just want to tell, I'm going to show you my ramp. Listen, I love that thing. I feel like a queen descending and ascending back to her throne, just to open the door and walk straight out on a platform, and then not have to hold on to the door facing. They ripped it off. It's where there was a glass screen door on the back when Mama had it, and it broke, and so we just took it off, but the metal door facing was still on it, and that's what I used to have to hold on to get up and down. Well, they just ripped it off. And when you see the video, the back of the house is not finished. You can see the sliding glass doors, and there is no patio or no deck. Who knows when we'll get that. Where the ramp is, that is from the early 90s. It's not been touched. We worked on the inside, getting everything fixed on the inside as far as, you know, the foundation. We got to paint and do all that kind. We hadn't done any really fancy finish work, but the bones, we fixed the bones of the house, and the bones are just, you know, rock solid. But the big room ain't finished, and then the outside where they built in the carport, the house is brick, and then the outside is vinyl. You'll see that there's a piece of vinyl missing. It's dirty. The back door is blue because Mama went through a blue spell. She had blue. She had blue everything. Williamsburg blue. Y'all remember that phase? Williamsburg blue. She had the carpet, the paint, everything. So the back door was painted Williamsburg blue. Same back door since the early 90s. You can see in the video, because I looked at it. I hadn't put it on I hadn't edited it yet, but I looked at it on my phone because I was out in the sun and I didn't know if I was even pointing at the right thing, because I could barely see anything on my screen. But you can see, like, in the middle of the door, a black spot. That's where David, over the years, worked out in the garage. And when he comes in, he's greasy and he pushes the door open. So, listen, I have long since let that bird fly out the window. I ain't worried about it. It is what it is. Somebody don't like the black spot on my door, I don't care. Don't care. Speaking of don't care, y'all know that I go out in tank tops and I just let my big old fat arms fly. Y'all know I don't care, but you know I don't go out in shorts. Not because I care what people think, but because I care what I think. I just don't like my legs because they're like really big, and especially down at my ankles, and they're just, I don't like it. Well, today, when I had the Happy Meal, I'm like, you know what? I got my shorts on. I do not feel like changing into my pants because I changed into my jeans. I'm like, I'm going. It was before the post office opened, so I told David, I said, that'll give me a good feeling of getting out in my shorts, because I don't remember the last year that would have been that I even went out in shorts. I quit wearing shorts out in public many years ago. And so I said, well, that'll give me a good test. There's a word I'm looking for. I passed one woman, she didn't even look at me. She's just, good morning. She didn't do like this. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? So I went and I got my Happy Meal. Then I had to go get gas, because if I go to get groceries, I'm going to be out of gas. And I don't feel like doing it all the same day. So I went to get gas, and somebody seen me at the gas pump, and guess what? I didn't care. It felt so good. And then to come home, I didn't have to come in here, change my breeches back into my shorts. I didn't have to do none of that. I just wore what I wore and walked out the door, walked back in the door. It was lovely. So I've had a good day for getting in and out of the house, for wearing shorts. Now let me tell you listen. Well, let me tell you this first. Sebastian's here. Oh, he's here. He's going to spend the night with me tonight. I don't know what time he'll come, but he'll come sometime late tonight. He stays over. When he spends the night with me, he eats supper at RJ. RJ gives him a bath, and then he brings him to me. But he gets to stay 3 weeks instead of 2. I don't know what got into her, but we get him 3 weeks. Then he starts kindergarten around the 9th of September. So that whole month before, up until like September 3rd or something, that whole month we get him. The whole month before he starts kindergarten. And then after that, I don't know what the arrangements will be, but we get him a good bit this summer. July, we don't get him because he's going to be playing t-ball. And he's excited about that. He's real excited to play that. So that's what is going on in July. Anyway, I thought I'd tell you that, but listen, let me tell you this. You that have been with me, y'all know the old goat. If you're new, the old goat is my nasty, mean, this nasty, nasty neighbor man. He's hateful, and he's mean, and he treats us bad. He comes down here and spies on us. He spies on everything we do, and he always gets caught. I caught him one day. I was going off somewhere, and the house wasn't finished, and there was no curtains up, nothing covering the windows, and we were over here doing stuff, I don't know what. And I was over here, and I left to go do something, and I forgot something. So I went around just a little block and come back down in front of the house. And when I come back down in front of the house, he was down there looking in our windows. Yes, he was. He caused the law. We had a muddy, back when David drove, he had his own trucking company. He had 3 trucks. And then he got down to where he started driving his own truck before he went to where he works now. And so he parked it here at the house. Well, the yard, we have a gravel driveway, and it had been raining so much. I don't know. No, it hadn't been raining. It had snowed and iced, I think what it was. Yeah. And the driveway was muddy, and he was going to get marred up. So he parked in front of the house, in front of our house, not his house, in front of our house. He called the police, and the police come and made him move. So he had to pull up in the mud. What was he hurting? How was we hurting him? We wasn't touching his grass. He worries about that grass. It's a wonder he ain't out there with scissors cutting that grass. He was mean to my mama. He's a drunk. I just put it in plain words. He's just an old drunk. And when he gets drunk, he gets mean. He cut down my yellow bell bush. When Mama lived here, he just went out there and just cut it down. I thought, I'd like to see you cut my bush down, buddy. I've had words with him. He wouldn't come to the door, but I had words through the door. I can't remember what he did that time. He did something, and I flew hot. And I went up there. He would not come. He was home. I knew for 100,000% he was home. He would not come to that door. So I screamed through the door and told him what I wanted him to know. And I'm not going to tell y'all what I told him. One time, oh my gosh. One time, he was getting rid of a mattress. I guess he got him a new bed. I just happened to look. It's funny how I always catch him with these things. I just happened to be looking out the window, and I seen it was his son's truck. I know the truck. And they had the mattress on the back of the truck. And they went by the house and went around and come up beside the house like they was going around the block. I guess that's what they did. Well, no, I don't guess. I know that's what they did. But I thought maybe they were going somewhere. So, I mean, I don't know where they went until later. Me and Holly went off somewhere. And I guess we left before they got back around the block. Or they come back around the block and seen we were there. I don't know. I think maybe that's why they went around the block to see if we were home. And me and Holly went off. And when we come back, I kid you not, that mattress was laying in our ditch in front of our house to be picked up. It was their mattress, and they dumped it in front of our house for the garbage man to pick up. Me and Holly went out there and politely drug that mattress up there and plopped it in his yard. Plopped it in his yard. I'm like, and when he cuts his tree bushes down, his tree limbs and whatnot, he puts them right on our property line. Right on the property line. I'm telling you, he's a nut job. I catch him. He'll go around and one time, when we do stuff at the back of the house, especially is when we do stuff at the back of the house. I think David was painting that time, or he was fixing something on the windows or something. And they got a screened-in back porch. And I guess he thinks he's invisible when he's behind it. And he's got a bush. Where you come out the door, he's got a bush there. Well, I seen his head sticking above the bush. I'm like, bushes don't have heads. So I stood there and looked. And he moved a little bit so I could tell it was him. And I hollered out at him something. I don't remember what. Listen, I don't remember the things. I hollered at him. He slunk on back. Went in the house. So that is just a flick on the surface of the stuff he's done to us. Well, listen, David's daddy told him off one time. He said, when you start paying this man's mortgage, you come down here and tell him what to do. Otherwise, get back to your house. He said a few choice words too. So, listen, they was out there finishing up on that ramp. Sunday it was. And he's got a blind that you like pull down. It's halfway. And I guess he thinks the top, if he's hid from the waist up, I guess he thinks we can't see his legs. And we can't see a shadow through the blind. It's like kind of like maybe a bamboo type roller blind. You know what I'm talking about? And I wasn't looking up there on purpose. I just stand there looking around, and I looked up there, and I heard the little screen door hit, and I looked up there. That's what I looked for. I'll get my story straight in a minute. I looked up there, and I see him. He just standing there looking. I told David, I said, you got somebody watching you? David said, I'll give you something to look at. Well, he just stood there, and I turned around. I waved. Like that. He slunk on in the house. Oh, idiot. I'm sorry. The stuff he's done to us, I got the right to call him. You seen that episode of Andy Griffith whenever the old man that runs the store, what's his name? You know who I'm talking about. Oh, crotchety man. And Ben Weaver, that's it. Ben Weaver. Mr. Weaver. I think that's it, Ben Weaver. And he was being all hateful about something. And Andy said he wasn't going to die. He was just going nasty away. And that's what this one up here is going to do. He's just going nasty away. So anyway, yesterday I worked on the cricket. Holly, I ain't never told y'all this, but Holly's mother-in-law is David's dispatcher. I'm like, what are the odds she would meet his dispatcher's son? get married and have a baby. So anyway, she wanted to do a project, and she asked Holly, did I just happen to have a cricket? And Holly's like, well, yeah, she sure does. So she come over yesterday, and we worked for hours on that little project, and then she stayed around and talked a little bit. But she brung us some beer bread. She every year for Christmas, she makes little batches of beer bread. All you got to do is add the beer. It's delicious. And she gives it to all the drivers. So yesterday, as a thank you, a hostess gift, I guess you could say, she brought us 2 loaves, one regular and then one garlic and herb Italian. So we've been eating on it. Listen, we've been eating on it. I ain't gonna lie. So we're gonna have it tonight with our ravioli. I looked up and I found one beer bread, and it said it was 4 points for a half-inch slice. So I had 4 points at like 4 o'clock 4 o'clock this morning when I got up. I went over there and cut me off a piece. I can't help it. It's good. And she gave it to us like, I sure ain't throwing it away. I'm going to freeze the other one for later. I just haven't frozen it yet, but I'm going to wrap it up real good and tight and freeze the other one. So anyway, that's all I think I was going to tell you. But yeah, that's it. I'll show you my ramp. I'll show you my Happy Meal. I'll show you what I eat. So first up, I guess we'll just look at my food, and then we'll do the other stuff after that. So I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. Breakfast this morning is my prepped zucchini bread baked oatmeal, and it is definitely in need of syrup, which I have on there. I've mentioned it before, but in case you didn't watch any of those videos, I wrote it in my recipe too that I think it needs sweetener added to the oatmeal itself, even though there's sweetness with the syrup. Anyway, so that's that. It's Mrs. Butterworth sugar-free. And a boiled egg for a little extra hold me power. And I'm just now getting started on my first water. Lunch is my prepped Asian noodle salad. I'm having a big salad for supper tonight, but I'm just going to have 2 today because this needs to be eat up. It's that salad kit I bought, so I need to use that up. And I'm just now on my second water. For afternoon snack, I'm having Dish with These chocolate party loaf. It's on her blog. And a cup of coffee. Supper tonight is the ravioli that we got at Costco. I think it's spinach and mozzarella. They're little triangles. And that is 0 point marinara on it. And some mozzarella cheese, and the little sprinkly looking things is some kind of cheese and herb packet that came in with the ravioli, so I sprinkled it on top. And then a piece of the beer bread that we were gifted, and a big old salad. And then my final water for the day. So that is it. Coming up next, you will see my Happy Meal and my ramp. And so that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on my next one. I want to show you my Happy Meal I got. This is from Sandra Watts. Y'all know my affinity for the Wizard of Oz, especially the Land of Oz theme park. I love everything to do with it. And so she sent me these. I'm thinking they might be like nutcrackers, or you know what I mean? I'm not real sure. But you have Dorothy and the Tin Man and the Cowardly Lion and the Scarecrow. How cute are those? I told her I'm not going to wait till Christmas to put them on my tree. I'm going to set them out year round just because. So thank you, Sandra. I sure do love them. It's so sunny out here. I can't really tell what I'm showing, but some of you were wanting to see my ramp, and so here it is. He built a little, I got a bee around me. He built a little deck. I don't know if you can see. And see, the cool thing is I can park down this way and unload my packages, or I can park down here if I don't have packages and just walk right up. So there it is. I think it's pretty cool.